Welcome back. Very nice to have you visiting again. So what we're looking at today is a couple of paphs in bloom. So on the left it's the Paphiopedilum Lynleigh which I think I showed that one before, with two flowers. Beautiful fragrance on this one. Fragrance is of roses. And next to that we have a primary hybrid Lynleigh Koopowitz. I believe it's Malipoense by Renanthera, and this one is also fragrant. Rather faint fragrance of raspberry on this one, which is quite novel, I suppose. Also very tall spike on that one. That's the Malipoense influence. And the other one which I have, which is in full bloom now, is Renanthera monachica. So this is the first flowering on this plant. It's a pretty good size for a monachica. But yeah, it's really pretty spectacular, and I'm really happy with this. This is definitely a bucket list orchid for me. Tried it before many years ago and killed it, but this time doing better. It likes a very bright location and warm, so I've been able to give it those conditions. You can see these leaves are very thick, almost like a succulent, so it's probably drought tolerant as well, but I keep it pretty well watered but drying out in between waterings. No fragrance on this one, unfortunately, but I think the colours and the patterning make up for it, really, don't they? Look at that. It's very frivolous. So in terms of what I've got coming into bloom, what's in bud, this Vandercostylis Plume Pit Blue, which has flowered before for me, is coming into bloom. It's got a nice spike on it on the front there somewhere, if you can see it. Where is it? It's well hidden. It's on the other side. But yeah, what I wanted to show is that how I've started watering this is just by putting a centimetre of water into the bottom of the glass vase, and then just let it drink that up. It does that overnight or over a couple of hours, and then let it dry out for a day or two, and then repeat. And it's growing very rapidly with this approach. There's the bud there. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty good one. The other one which is in bud is this Erides or Vanda flabellata. I think it's classified as Vanda now. This one's also coming into flower, and this one also flowered last year. And what I found with this one is that it seems to prefer not to get too hot, so to protect it a bit from the heat. Yeah, it has been growing some roots, which is a good sign. And I've got a couple of paphs here also in bud. This one is Paphiopedilum tonsum. It'll be a first time blooming of this plant, which I've had for many years, so finally coming into bloom. I guess finally got the culture right on this one. And another one, Paphiopedilum Ho Chi Minh, also coming into bloom. It's I got this one about a year ago. The plant has flowered, but this will be the first time for me that it will be flowering. And we've still got the Paphiopedilum leucochilum in bloom here. This one was already in bloom when I got it recently from Großraschener Orchideen in Germany. Beautiful Cattleya still going strong, so that's been in bloom for a while now. And Paphiopedilum Berenice, the bottom flower is dying off, but the top flower is finally opening up, and it's going crazy with the roots. It seems to really like this being in an outer pot with more moisture in the bottom, and it's just sort of gone crazy. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to do about it, but maybe I'll just keep it like this. And the other one, which is coming into flower, this kind of surprised me because I wasn't expecting it, is Cattleya skinneri forma oculata. So that's with a dark coloured throat, I think like a dark purple throat with white petals, and this will be the first flowering on this plant, which I've had for several years. And yeah, it did have some little sheaths. So I thought, oh, they're just blade sheaths, they're not going to amount to anything. But then to my surprise, the other day when I looked in the greenhouse, there were 4 flowers had burst out of one of the sheaths, and this other sheath is also firm, so there's also some flowers coming out there. So apparently this is about the size that it has to get to flower. Yeah, so I'll be very interested to see how this one looks when it opens up.
Transform this Adelaide Crows side to potential finalists.